I'm gonna tell you about the story whenever me and my brother saw Duende. Everybody, we all have an unsolved mystery that we would like answers to, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
No, for sure,
Okay.
for sure.
So this one is one of mine. My mom and my dad had left for groceries, and they left me and my brother by ourselves, bro. And but I mean, these apartments, Tower Village, they were known to be haunted because there was a bunch of college students there, and all they would do is literally witchcraft. You would see college students walk around with a freaking witchcraft book. So these apartments literally were haunted, bro. So my mom and dad left to get some groceries, and me and my brother, they were like 10. We didn't want to go, so they left us, bro. We locked the room. And then we were just playing on our Game Boys. All of a sudden, you hear our door, our room door. Like somebody was trying to open it. And we're like, is my mom and dad back? And my brother was like, I don't know. And like they just left. And like they were just trying to open it, bro. So you know how the doors have like a little space at the very bottom that you could see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so we were like, as kids, you always look at the bottom. Bro, I shit you not, bro. I shit you not. Just how you imagine elves, that's how this thing was. Socks, red and white stripe, bro. Red and white stripe. And the shoes, bro, were literally as you see, as you imagine an elf having a green with a little, like with a little belt. See, wait. And I witness is my brother. He saw it too. Both of us went down and saw it, bro. Literally, they were just going like this, bro. Like I see in la door, and we're like, ¿Quién es? Like, ¿Quién es? Ma? Like, like we were like that, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, literally, bro. He went like this. He turned around, and they just started walking. I see, I shit you not, bro. Hey, we were by ourselves, bro. So that's actually one of my unsolved mysteries that I want to know what happened. What the fuck was that? Like, we were by ourselves. That was literally an elf. Bro. Hey, and another story about elves. Esta, it didn't happen to me, but I heard it. There was this lady that in Mexico that los tianguis, ya know the tianguis?
Yes.
Okay, so she was in the tianguis, bro, and literally the lady selling had a bunch of little statues. She had a bunch of little statues de duendes, and she was like, and then the buyer, she was like, what is that? And she like, oh, these are estos son duendes. And she was like, whoa, she picked one up and she was like, pues, ¿qué hacen? And she was like, oh, espérate, si te vas a llevar uno, lo tienes que cuidar, le tienes que dar de comer, le tienes que dar agua. And she said she laughed, bro, que she like, yeah, all right, sí, cómo no. Okay, voy a llevar dos, se llevó dos, bro.
Yeah.
She took him to her house, bro. She literally said that every damn night, bro, no paraba de like just fucking shit, smashing and shit and like puro ruidazo, bro, like everywhere, bro. And she was like, what the, like ¿qué es eso? Like, pero she didn't see them. Like ella no los miraba, bro. She would just hear about like just smashing shit everywhere, ¿verdad? And then she would like she said that she like or she thought to herself like, what the hell, like, well, what changed, well, ever since I brought these statues, little figures, that's when the shit started happening. She said, bro, that she got so tired that she couldn't sleep. She said she went back to the tianguis, and then and as soon as she was walking up to the table, the lady said, yeah, no te dejaron dormir, ¿verdad? And she like, yeah, ¿cómo sabes? Yeah, she like, ¿cómo sabes? She like, she like, está bien, te perdonamos. Like, te perdonamos.
Yeah.
And she like, nomás, no, nomás, nomás, something about like, no hagas eso otra vez or something like that. And then she said, pues, que le empezó a pedir perdón and shit, bro. Like, hey, perdón, sorry que no creían eso y no sé qué que la chingada, bro. She said que as soon as she left, bro, she turned around, ya no estaba at la table.
Damn. It's crazy.
So, something, bro, I really believe about of this folklore. And because I saw it, I think it's doing this are real. I ain't even gonna lie. También something that I didn't happen to me, but it happened to my aunt. Well, that's what my grandpa says, right? They said que un día estaban dormidos, bro, y que literally all they heard, my grandma, my grandpa, all they heard was laughing, bro. They heard laughing from another room. Yeah. Y donde estaban mis dos tías. And she said that all they heard was laughing, bro. And my grandpa got up, bro. And she said que literally like little figures were carrying my aunt. Y que, ajá, sí.
Hell no.
Yeah,
Hell
bro.
no.
Yeah. Y que back over there in Mexico, we have una cerca, because we open it to let cars in and shit, bro.
Mexico too.
Yeah. And he said that literally, bro, they flipped her over to the fence. Until he and my grandma, bro, started chasing them. Y que that's when they left her. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
Well, they do say that supposedly duendes, they try to take young
Kids,
children.
yeah, kids, yeah.
But talking about duendes, there's this lady over there in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
That she
What's your hometown?
Michoacan. So there's this small town in Michoacan that's called Belisario Dominguez, and there's this lady that she is the aunt of my cousin's wife.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we were little, we used to like to hang out with them, right? And we went to her house. And whenever we went to her house, she had this, you know how they in Mexico tienen like shelves like these, but smaller, where people will put like little figures. So she had a big old shelf, and she had a lot of little elves. I'm gonna call them duendes.
Yeah.
But the ones with little hair, like with big eyes, they're duendes.
Mm-hmm.
And
like a little troll.
like a little troll.
Oh, there you go, troll.
Little
Like
trolls.
Okay.
Yeah. So she had a bunch of them, like different sizes, doing
Same color
different
hair.
things. Yeah, different. But it was crazy because, like, literally, like, she had food in front of them, and she had like jugs de cerveza, like right in front of them. Yeah. And like when we will go inside my cousin's wife's tia's house, complicated.
Yeah.
We will go in there, and like that was the first thing. Like it's like if it was an ofrenda, so we will pass by there, and we will just try to go to the the
So
patio.
they would just have like offerings for them.
Yeah,
Damn.
What?
yeah. It's
Who was this? Your tia?
she's not my tia. She's my cousin's wife's tia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's so complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she had like a whole like altar, like un altar así con muchas cosas, and it was a little weird. But yeah, she would be like, "Don't touch them, like don't get close to them. They are here for me, not for y'all." And it was just like,
Man.
I mean, like my story's pretty short.
Yeah.
But like the house I grew up in, and I guess when I was like, a baby to like 5 years old. Like, so I don't remember any of this. But my brother and my sister would be like, we had to sleep in one room just because, doors would open and close by themselves. Mm-hmm. And like faucets would turn on and cabinets would open and shit like that. but I don't remember it. But my brother and my sister were like, yeah, we had to sleep in one room because that shit, that shit was just scary.
Yeah.
So, but I can't elaborate on it because I was a baby and I don't remember that shit. You know, I can ask my sister. You know, maybe one day she can come over here and be like,
Oh yeah, hey, we got two more mics over there.
yeah, she can elaborate on it. But I was a baby, so I don't remember that shit. But she'd be like, yeah, it would be in, you know, I don't know if it's right to say this, but it would be in Cedar Hill. You know, the town over here by us, and they're like, that shit was really haunted.
Wow.
They called the area the planets because each street was named like Mars, Jupiter, and shit like that.
What the hell?
Yeah. But they're like, yeah, we had to sleep together because, like, they'd be asleep and like they hear like water running and cabinets open and doors slam shut and shit like that.
Yeah, that's.
But like, I was a baby, so I don't remember it. So
Yeah.
it's just their stories.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I said, I can ask my sister and be like, yo, can you elaborate on this? Because
What house?
obviously,
What house?
I know the house. I know the house. One day I was just curious and I drove by the hole and I was like, oh hell no. But yeah, I can ask her. I can ask her to
Oh,
come
we
in.
do have a cousin that he won't mind going over there.
Yeah, but like I said, I can ask her to elaborate. But that shit was like when she was like, yeah, we would have to sleep together because we would just hear shit going on. We don't know what it was. You know, our parents would be gone.
Yeah.
And it'd just be us three in one bedroom. And we hear the fucking faucets running in the restrooms. We wake up, the cabinets would be open and shit like that. But I was a baby, so I didn't realize that shit. But yeah. Spooky ass shit. Spooky ass shit.
Yeah. Y'all know the St. Mary, the most haunted ship in the world. No?
Nah, I don't know what about it, bro.
Well, yeah, it's supposedly like a most haunted ship in the world, and I heard that there was these they have a YouTube channel and they asked for permission to film the most haunted.
Wait, is it in California?
No. It's
not in California?
it might be. I think. Honestly, let me search for it porque I really don't know, bro. I really don't know.
Okay.
But I'm assuming.
I think I've heard of it just because of like Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. No, see, they were. Oh shit! It's actually in Fort Worth.
That's not a ship though.
No, I don't.
Ain't no water about there, bro.
Yeah, it is in California. Yeah. Saint Queen Mary. It is.
The Queen Mary. The Queen Mary.
I was gonna say it's probably docked. So yeah.
Yeah, we could probably go to it right now.
Fuck that. Hey, so whenever these YouTubers they asked for permission to film on the Queen Mary, and so their permission was granted. So they started filming and shit, bro. And they said that while they were filming, nothing was happening. So they were like, this is the most haunted ship. This is the most haunted ship. Like, what the hell, And so whenever they were like, you know what, vámonos, let's go. Let's turn off the cameras. They said that as soon as they turn off the cameras, bro, it's like when the real shit started happening. They said that all of a sudden it's like as soon as they turn off the camera, it's like the ghost or whatever was there didn't like the cameras because he said that they were all skeptics until they went there because that's whenever they became a believer.
Yeah.
So he said that whenever they turn off the cameras, that as soon as they turn off the cameras, they started hearing like knocking and shit. So they were like, let's communicate with the spirit. So the casual, the classic, one knock for yes, two knocks for no.
Hell no. I would never ask questions.
Yeah,
man.
me neither, bro.
Hell no.
Have you played the Ouija board?
Hell no.
You, Jasmine?
No,
Okay.
never.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I never played
One time
either.
I had a voice recorder at my house when I was like 13 years old, and I was like, "Who's here?" I didn't even listen to that hoe. I deleted that shit. Hell no. I was like, "Fuck this. I don't even want to know."
I don't blame you.
Hell no.
Me neither, bro. I wouldn't listen to that shit, bro. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I ain't. Hold on. Before I say something, are you a skeptic, or do
Hell
you believe
no.
in it?
Hell no.
You believe in ghosts?
I believe in
Do
it.
it.
I
in
believe
ghosts?
in ghosts.
Okay, it might be hard for y'all to understand, but honestly, bro, like I was a believer, but I became a skeptic. But
You went from believer to skeptic.
yes, I
That's
did.
weird, man. That's weird. That's
That's what I'm
weird.
saying, bro. It might be hard
Yeah,
to believe.
it's crazy.
But I mean, I like this, all these paranormal shit. I actually like it.
I mean, yeah, me too. Like, it's just kind of fun.
No,
Ain't
it
gonna
is,
lie.
it is.
It's fun. It's fun.
Has Laura showed y'all the video whenever I heard her voice calling me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I see
yeah.
it. I see it.
See,
You're
that's
you're
something I
putting
can
on your
explain, bro.
shoes, and you're like, "What's up,
like-
babe?" This shit just in the kitchen doing whatever.
No, actually, I didn't answer. No contesté.
Oh,
No.
that makes it even spookier. That makes it even scarier.
Well, it's because I knew where she was, and the voice was coming from another.
So
side,
that
bro.
wasn't you answering.
No, I didn't answer.
He answered, like, he didn't answer whenever.
No, I just said, was that you? Was that you, man?
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
No, but I didn't answer the voice.
I saw that, and I saw the plates.
Yeah, the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
The
play.
plates was crazy too.
they say not to answer whenever that somebody.
Whenever you hear your name.
Yeah.
And you're still skeptic. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I know, right, bro?
That shit's
Okay,
crazy.
so the Queen Mary, right? So they one knock for yes, or two knocks for no,
Yeah.
and so they started asking the questions. Like how many people are here? Is there spirits here? That yada yada yada. So he said that the ghost or whatever spirit, it's like well, they didn't want it to leave, and somebody asked them like hey, were y'all being quiet because maybe there was somebody else in another room and just fucking with y'all and shit, ¿verdad? And they were like, no, we were whispering, and like, okay, but okay, and they were asking the questions and one time, even us as skeptics, we got up and we thought somebody else was in another room. And we thought somebody else was in another room, and we went to the other room, and we saw that nothing was there. But it's like the ghost didn't wanted us to leave the room, because as soon as we left the room, he said that the whole ship started shaking, bro, and it was just by themselves. And then he said that they went back into the room and that everything stopped. So it's like the ghost didn't want them to leave, bro. And so they started asking a question, and he said that the question that made him leave was that he asked. He was like, hey, is there a heaven? Because it was asking a yes and no questions. Y que le dice, hey, is there a heaven? One of them said, is there a heaven? Y que the ghosts knocked twice for no. Damn. Y que there was 4 people. Two of them were asking the question. The other two were like the producers and shit, the recorders and shit. He said that the other 2, they just as soon as the ghost said no, he said that they were like, no, we gotta leave. Like, we gotta leave. He said, pack all y'all shit and we gotta leave.
Yeah, once that shit answers, you're like, hell no,
No,
we gotta go.
Y
Gotta go.
luego que they left, bro, y que los skeptics were like why do we have to leave? And he was like it's because in the Bible it says que as soon as you ask a question like that and they answer no, it's because you're talking to the devil itself.
Damn.
That's scary.
So like,
Don't ask fucking questions.
so supposedly,
That's something I'm never gonna be playing with, bro.
yeah.
Like,
So-
yes or no, yes or no.
Yeah, so
Fuck that.
supposedly we have one of like the most haunted cemeteries around here.
Which one?
Man, I gotta look it up, but I think it's like a cemetery in Cedar Hill, but it's like one of the most haunted cemeteries. And you're like,
You know about the Lake Worth monster?
hell no.
No, it's
Lake Worth?
The Lake Worth, ain't Fort Worth. You know how the folklore like Bigfoot. If you search Lake Worth monster, it's like it's our own Bigfoot, pero se llama Lake Worth monster. Yeah, and le salió. It was even on the news. Le salió a 2 or 3 guys He said it threw a rock at him, like, pero he said like a big ass rock, like no human could have picked that rock up. Yeah, y'all never heard of it?
No.
I never
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Lakewood Monster se llama. Yeah.
So it's called the Cedar Hill Memorial Park Cemetery.
Cemetery? Oh, fuck
Yeah.
that. Oh, you know what's talking about
Yeah.
cemetery, bro? I got a story about cemetery. Aquí en este cemetery de aquí, not too far. Una vez yo, mi hermano, my cousin, and Mane, I think it was us three. And we saw a girl literally in the cemetery, bro. We saw a girl that was walking by herself. La pasamos, and we're like, hey, bro. I think it was me and my brother. We're like, nah, bro, because we're good people, bro. I ain't even gonna.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, we're good people, bro. We're good people. Le dijimos, bro, a esa vez te van a robar, bro. Hey, turn around and give her a ride where she needs to go. We turn around, le dijimos, hey, where do you need to go? Y ya nos dijo, around there, ¿verdad? Like around there. Okay, hop on. Okay, we gave her a ride, bro. It was literally like around the corner.
Right.
Huh? Yeah, see, we gave her a ride. Literally, bro. It was literally around the cemetery, bro. Y le dimos un ride, bro, around the cemetery. Y we dropped her off. Y le dijimos, hey, just be careful. But this was way before all this shit was here, bro. This was like back in 2016. Le dimos un ride, bro. Literally nos fuimos, bro. As soon as we turned around, ya no estaba la güey. and my brother, my cousin, and Mane and me could confirm it, bro.
Hell no. Hell no.
Y'all are wild.
I remember when, I mean, this ain't really like a ghost story, but my cousins were fucking with me. So I went to go stay with them in Saltillo, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So I was staying in this bedroom and it had this big ass fucking window. And it had like, nothing was covering the window, no blinds, no curtains or nothing. And I'm going to bed and my fucking cousin goes, oh yeah, a kid got hit by a car right here while riding his bike. And sometimes he appears at this window. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I gotta sleep here. You know? My comfortable side is my left side. That's just facing the fucking window. Fuck off, man. Then I was like, you fucking asshole. Like, I didn't see the kid, but
Fucking cover that damn window, bro.
well, you know, that was like just Mexico shit where they're like, aparece un niño ahí. Si duermes y miras para la ventana, ahí va a aparecer ahí. And I'm just like,
Ouch.
this is the only way I can sleep.
Hey, actually, talking about Mexico, before her parents remodeled the house, her sister and her brother slept in the same room, and they said that all of a sudden when they both wake up, they said that the bed, like somebody sits down, it goes like
Yeah.
Hell
yeah. See, que su sister was like, Alex, do you feel that? Y que Alex went like this, and he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, just leave it alone. Nothing's gonna
My
happen.
brother,
They were just like, ignore it. Just ignore it.
yeah, my sister, she's a scary cat. But my brother, he don't give a fuck. He's like, just let it be, go to
Got
sleep.
that sixth sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them about that story about Maria and the muerto.
Muerto.
Yeah.
Well, last time we were talking about like whenever people have like different type of dreams that they think they're dreaming, but sometimes
Hold on. Have y'all ever had paralyzed
sleep paralysis.
I never
No.
had sleep paralysis.
No? Tampoco?
No.
I've had it twice.
Because I'm one of those people who dreams, and I'm like, oh, I'm in a dream.
Okay.
I had it twice. One time, I had it whenever I was like 16. I woke up and all I could do was this.
You couldn't move?
No, I couldn't move. And they say that whenever you are in Mexican folklore, right? Whenever you can move like this because se te sube el muerto, the dead is on your body and shit. And bro, I was trying to scream for my dad because I knew that my dad was the only one there, and literally all that came out was like,
It's like they're like choking you or some shit.
No, actually, I wasn't feeling that I was getting choked, bro.
You just
I was
couldn't move.
just like this.
You're just paralyzed.
Yeah, And they said that prayer, prayer gets you back and slaps you back and shit supposedly. Huh? But that was one, and then the second one was right here in the house. I literally all of a sudden, bro, I dreamed that I was in a room full of sharks, and I was running, bro. I was running, and I got to the room, and it was a bunk bed. I got into the bunk bed at the top. And literally, bro, I just saw the sharks swimming around, like I see like swimming around and the water rising. All of a sudden, bro, I opened my eyes and I was hugging Laura, and she was right there. She was awake. And I even saw her scrolling through TikTok.
TikTok saved your life.
And I was like, and bro, literally, I know if I didn't catch my breath, I was good. I even said to myself, I'm dead, bro. This is where I die. This is where I die, bro. Cause it was like somebody was choking me, bro. I couldn't breathe. And then all of a sudden,
on your chest.
all of a sudden I was just like, and then I was like, babe, couldn't you hear me? And she's like, no.
I was on TikTok.
I was busy in TikTok.
But just sleep paralysis stories, bro. But tell them about.
I learned how to make flautas.
So my sister, so whenever she was in high school, she didn't want to go to school, so she pretended to be sick. So she told my mom, "Hey mom, I'm not feeling good. Is it okay if I stay home?" And my mom was a very strict parent when it came to school. She was like, "No, aunque estén enfermas, y'all have to go to school. I don't care." Mexican parent. So my sister was like, "No, mom, I feel really, really sick." So my mom was like, "Okay, for you to be asking, knowing that, and I always say no, it means that you are really sick." So she was like, "Okay, fine, you can stay." So she was like, "Okay." So my mom took me to school, and then she came back, and my mom went back to bed, right? And my sister stayed home, and she was asleep. She stayed in the room, and she was asleep. So she said that she started feeling like somebody was tickling her toes, like her feet, the bottom of her feet, and that whenever they were doing that she was like, I knew I was asleep, but it just felt like they were messing with my feet. So she was like, my mom is back, and she's trying to check on me and see if I'm feeling better. So she said that whenever she tried opening her eyes, that's whenever she was just paralyzed.
Like she couldn't move.
Yeah, she couldn't move no more. So then she was like, whenever she felt like she was paralyzed, that she just felt something crawling up her legs, like something heavy crawling up her legs. Because she was like in her subconscious, she was like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah.
se me está subiendo un muerto."
Yeah.
So that the first thing she did was she tried praying, pero que she forgot all the prayers, because she couldn't even think of the prayers no more. That she was trying to free herself from it, pero que no se podía mover. So somehow she kind of remembered the prayers, that they started coming back, and whenever they started coming back, she was able to move her left hand. And whenever she moved her left hand, she kind of brought her left hand forward, and she was able to touch the face of something.
And she started felt bony.
So she said it felt bony, and that it was. She felt the whole of the nose. Whenever it's just a skull, and so she's that. She put her hand up like that, and that she could feel something like the face of someone. That's whenever she was able to free herself, and she started moving. So she got up and she went running to my mom's room.
Hell no.
And then after that, she's like, whenever she got into the bed with my mom, I was like, "Pues qué traes?" And then my sister was like, "Mom, I'm not sick. Take me to school. Take me to
Hell
school."
no. She said, "I want to learn."
Yeah, she
I
was
need
like,
some education.
and then my mom was like, pues qué traes? And then my sister was like, Mom, I was just, I was just messing with you. I'm not sick. I was lying to you. I'm sorry. Take me to school. And then she was like, pues qué te pasó? And then she started telling my mom, and my mom was like, ya ves, eso te pasa por andar de mentirosa.
Yeah.
Right? That's how parents are.
Yeah. You're telling them.
Por eso le ganó el diablo.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you're being a little shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell no.
Ah,
Yeah.
see.
But
I got another story. This one is not personal. I just heard it online. They said that this guy was in Mexico, right? And the circus was in town. So the circus was trying to hire people. So they were like, hey, come show us your talent. Y dice que un guy que they rejected him. They rejected him porque he was like well, the kid asked him like, hey, what happened? Like, are you in the circus? And that the guy was like, no, they rejected me. They said I was the devil. And then he was like, well, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, he's like, oh, it's because I do magic. He's like, you want to check it out? Come to my house. At 7 p.m. And okay, cool. And then he said he gathered some of his friends. They said he was him and 2 other friends. And they went to his house, and he said he lived in a trailer. So they went in. He showed them some magic and shit, and he said, I'm gonna show y'all some magic.
So the person you're talking about said that he and 2 other friends, making a total of 3 people, went to his trailer.
Oh shit, Gemini.
Yeah, my boy.
yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Okay, so
You talking about a trailer? Wait, shit, stop playing. Talking about a trailer.
He said that they were in the trailer, and the guy was showing them magic tricks and shit, ¿verdad? And he was like, okay, y'all want to see something? Y que pues them, they were like, yeah, go ahead. Y que he said que he grabbed his hand, bro. He grabbed his hand y que se puso, he put like a cloth over it, ¿verdad? Y que he was like, all right, I want to see something. Y que he took it off, bro. Y que literally, he said que his hand, bro, was skeleton. Y que they were like, wow. Que they went like this and shit. Y que pues it was skeleton, ¿verdad? Y que he was like, and then the guy was like, y'all really want to see something? Y que, yeah, but they were already freaked out and shit. Y que he said que his bony hand, bro, he grabbed the top of of one of their heads. Y que he like, nah, I'm really gonna show y'all something. Y que he said that they started running, bro.
Hell no.
Y que they started running out the door. And the door, it was like literally like a carpet full of nails. And he said that the guy was just laughing, bro. And he's like, where y'all going? Where y'all going? And he said that he jumped straight into the nails, bro. He just started laughing with his bony hand, but like, where y'all going? Where y'all going? But he said that he's like, man, I believe that was the devil, but that's something I heard, bro.
So one time, like on Halloween, me and all my cousins and my sister, every town has a story where they're like, oh, somebody got killed on this road.
Yeah.
And if you drive on this road, they'll appear in your car type shit, right?
Yeah.
So on 1382 on Beltline,
Uh-huh.
right here, like just like, fucking 5 minutes away from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, before that, my brother said he said he doesn't know he saw Bigfoot, but it was right there by, where was it? By Donde Vive Maria? Rock Island? Yeah,
Shady
Rock
Grove.
Island. Shady Grove, Rock Island. He said that literally something like about 8 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot. He said something about 8 foot walked across the road, bro. Yeah. We might have our own Bigfoot, bro.
So it's Halloween. We're all like, 16, 17 years old. My sister's like 20 years old, and she's like, and we're like, let's go see if this rumor is true, right? this fucking, this story that everybody has where it's like somebody died on this road. You drive on this road, they'll pee in your car and you'll fucking crash in the same place where they crashed. Bullshit. So we're like, let's go check it out. So we go check that shit out. So we're driving, right? I'm in the, the rumor is like the ghost will appear in the passenger seat. I'm in the fucking passenger seat, right? So we're driving up this road. We see fucking crosses on the side of the road. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like, oh shit, fucking crosses, what the fuck? So we start driving up the road and like a fucking scary movie, the fucking street lights start going out. They start going out one by one. They go poof, 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 poof. And I'm like, what the fuck? Hell no. And we just keep driving, but like that's the end of the story. It's like nothing happened, but like that shit was scary as fuck.
I bet.
You see fucking crosses in the road, and we're just driving, and the fucking lights start going out one by one like a fucking scary movie. We're like, I'm like, hell no. We're in the fucking passenger seat. The fucking ghost is gonna appear like in
My lap.
yeah, but, we fucking cradling her. I'm like, we fucking crash. But hell no, that shit was scary as hell, man.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that shit was like 10 minutes away from here.
Really?
Hell yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, we can go right now. I can show you where it's at. Hell no, but like, yeah, it was like a scary movie. Like, I didn't believe it at first until the lights started going out one by one. Like,
No,
how's that shit even possible?
Yeah, see?
That shit just goes. Poof, 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 poof.
Yeah, it is. It is.
No.
The,
Like I said, I'm gonna bring my sister here, and she'll tell you.
yeah. We got two other mics.
She's the one that was driving. She could corroborate my story.
Yeah. We got y'all believe in mermaids?
Do I believe in mermaids? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think the closest I got to believe into a mermaid is the what was that fucking scary movie? The
Little Mermaid?
That's not scary.
The Cabin in the Woods or some shit like that.
And in the woods. I don't remember
never seen
having
that
mermaids in the cabin in the woods.
No, you never seen Cabin in the Woods?
But ya know Cantinflas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he had a statue of him that would supposedly attract mermaids. That was his intention.
I did see a video where they're like exploring his property.
Yeah, that was his intention, bro.
His fucking property's creepy as
Yeah,
hell.
it is. Yeah.
It's just scary as
I
hell.
saw
And-
TikTok.
Bro, literally, I thought it was like a small statue, but no, bro. This statue is huge, bro.
That dude had a fucking estate. That shit's
Mm-hmm.
creepy as hell.
See, so he said that pool where his statue was, they said that he was always fascinated with mermaids.
That's just right on the water.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another part of the story where they said that Cantinflas, whenever he spoke to that mysterious guy that told him about the mermaids and told him about how to build his house in Acapulco.
No, I never heard of that.
No?
No.
So he met with the
Huh?
he met there's a YouTube video. You can there's a whole YouTube video
Yeah.
on his story. But you can find small clips on TikTok. But they were saying that whenever he made that pact with the guy saying that he was gonna build the house and that he was gonna, hope mirar una mermaid, that guy told him que sacara, que aventara carne. He was like, kill animals, like buy meat from the fresh meat and throw it out to the ocean so that the mermaids can come to you. So every night at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, he will do that. He will sit right there by where his statue was, and he would just throw meat into the ocean.
No, that's just creepy as hell. That's just creepy.
Yeah.
I don't
But-
see it though.
but-
I
Well,
ain't gonna lie.
supposedly they said that he did attract mermaids, and that he said that even the own statue.
Turns into.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That the own statue turns into a mermaid.
What?
Yeah, that's what they say, bro.
That's what they say.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
No, and you know what's crazy though? You know how Acapulco had that hurricane?
Hurricane.
So it affected that whole area where his house was,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
nothing happened to the statue. Nothing happened to the statue. The statue's still
The
standing.
statue's- yeah, the statue's still there.
So his house, or like the part that's away from the ocean, it did get damaged. But like all the pools, all three pools that are like close to the ocean, and even the mermaid that that was on the water, like there's a rock really close to the one of the pools where he made an access to let the water in and fish in. There's a mermaid there, like a concrete statue. That did not get affected by the hurricane either.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
Yeah, they said he was obsessed with mermaids.
I believe it. Just by watching his videos from his estate. His fucking house is creepy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
Any stories that I want to share?
Yeah.
Stories.
And we've been talking for close to an hour. So
Really?
So,
I didn't even.
No,
So,
it's 45 minutes, but then the one that got cut off, it was already like 12 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So one time, this was like when I was like probably like 15 at my house. I went to the kitchen just to go get some water. And I heard footsteps like running towards me. And I ran back to my room and closed the door. And then like a few minutes later, my mom was like, "Was that you running in the living room?" And I was like, "No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me." Like I felt something chasing after me. Like that shit was scary. I can't explain to this day what it was.
Yeah.
But that sensation of getting chased,
Yeah.
that's what I felt. And I ran back to my room. I was like, that wasn't me.
That's one of your unsolved mysteries.
And then
Did Laura ever tell you we saw like the Mothman or like something like that?
the Mothman.
Yeah.
Like, you saw somebody with wings.
Yeah, see.
What?
We were at
We were at
our old house.
at our first house.
First house.
And
I was
Fucking
cleaning.
haunted house.
Yeah, we were in the garage chilling.
he was
Lisandra was there.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
cleaning the truck.
Uh-huh.
You had just finished.
You, Lisandra,
washing
and my sister,
the car.
and me. I was at the top of the truck. I see just cleaning. I see.
And I was standing like, let's say, pretend this.
It was one chair, Lisandra, one chair Laura, and one chair.
No, I
my
was
sister.
standing up.
Oh, you were
I was
standing up?
standing up, and then Lisandra and your sister were sitting down, and I
okay.
was standing in that, like, let's pretend that corner, and
Yeah.
you were like
Washing my
drying,
truck,
You
yeah.
were drying the truck in this side of the corner.
Yeah.
And then like we were just like we were
Talking,
we
like,
were
not
just
even
talking
thinking
because
about
we had
Yeah.
been drinking.
Yeah.
And
What
we were
were
Lizzie Yossi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, alcoholic. So yeah. So we like you were washing the car, and then Lisandra and I we were like, oh well, let's go outside with him. And I was standing and I was like doing my thing, dancing like always. And then we were just talking, and then I was like, hey, what is that?
Yeah, she said.
I was
she
the
said-
one that saw it
Yeah,
first.
she said, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And she pointed out on top, bro.
'Cause I just-
over there, and I looked. Literally, bro, it was like a humanoid.
Yeah.
A human.
But it was so weird
See,
because
yeah.
let's say there was big trees, right? There was big trees, and then like there was air, like there was a lot of like wind, and then I just see like something huge like
That shit was huge,
flying,
bro.
but it was flying like fast, like
See,
it was
it was like a
and it
humanoid.
just came from nowhere, and
See.
it was flying fast, and I was like, hey, what is that? And I pointed at it. And he turned around, and when he turns around, that thing like actually came down, like.
Oh, hell no.
So it came down, and then whenever Lisandra and his sister got up to see what we were talking about, it
was already gone.
disappeared.
It was already gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the kicker is.
Oh yeah. So
Uh-huh.
whenever we told them, whenever we're like,
They're like, nah.
yeah, they were like,
"Oh."
nah, we didn't see anything.
Yeah.
And then his sister was like, you know what? The way that we're gonna know if they actually saw something is
It's if y'all draw it.
draw it.
And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, draw it.
Yeah,
okay,
like-
I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna draw it here, and she's gonna draw it away from me.
Yeah, and we were
Bro.
like at that point he was still up in the truck and I was still in the garage, right? So
See.
there was no point of communication
Yeah.
for us to tell each other what we had seen. So then at that point, his sister's like, okay, you go over here and you go over here. Y'all need to draw whatever y'all saw so that we can believe y'all. We draw
We
it,
drew the same thing, bro.
Same thing.
and it was the same thing, like the same
Yeah.
identical picture.
Yeah, we drew the same thing, bro.
And then that's whenever they're like,
Then
"What
okay,
the
yeah,
fuck?"
like that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we believe y'all.
Yeah.
That gives me the same sensation when I was like little, and my tios and tias were talking about zombies. That's
Oh shit.
like like I'm just like a little kid, and I just like listening, and they're talking about zombies. So I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? I don't want, like, hell no, Like,
And I didn't even
like,
know
it was
that.
like 2 seconds of their conversation they were talking about, and like I'm like 11 years old, and I heard that shit, and I'm like, hell no, I don't want to know about this shit.
But the crazy thing is that at this point, I didn't even know about the Mothman yet.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know about anything like that. Because
Cryptic.
because
Yeah, cryptic, yeah.
I'm actually like I'm afraid of shit. Like I even still to this day sleep with the
Tell them about the day they turned on the TV on that house and we were at work.
So he has always worked night shift, right?
Yeah.
And it was me and my son and my daughter, and well, Emma she was a baby. She was barely like 2, and Mane was little, like he was probably like 10. And I hated that he used to work the night shifts because it was just me and my 2 kids at the house by myself. So he liked to mess around with me a lot, like play jokes on me. So then one day, I'm already in my bed, I'm already in bed. My kid is in his bedroom, and it's 2:00 in the morning, and the TV turns on. We had a big old TV. The TV that I have in my room, how big is it? Like 95,
80.
85 inches. It was on the wall.
Yeah.
And it's 2:00 in the morning. I'm asleep already, and then the TV turns on its own, and it not only turns on its own, but it's like the static, and the volume goes up to 100. And then I call him, and I'm like, ha ha ha, very funny. I was like, stop fucking around and get your fucking ass in the house already. Like, why are you messing with me? Because I thought probably he was hiding around the house, trying to scare me. So I call him, but then at the same time I hear the beep, beep, the forklift. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. He is at work. So I was like, how about you tell your brother to stop fucking playing a prank on me? And then he's like, babe, we're at work. And he used to work in Louisville. So from Louisville to Grand Prairie, it's about an hour.
Like, it's too late for this shit.
Yeah. So I was like, so I had this big old mirror, right? And that's the thing. So there was a hallway. There was a mirror like right in front of that hallway. And I'm
Mirrors
like,
are fucking scary.
Yeah.
Well, they say not. Go ahead.
But so before I got out of the room to go turn off the TV, I look at the mirror and I'm like, I'm just gonna look through that mirror so that I can see, because you could see from that mirror, I could see the kitchen, and I could see the front door. So I was like, from here, I'm gonna see if they're hiding, if I can see their heads or something. But I couldn't see shit. So I was like, okay, they're not here. And the lights were off. That's the worst thing, that the lights were off. So having the big old, TV turned on and static, and it was just crazy. So yeah, finally he was like, no, babe, I'm at work. And I was like, well, are you doing with the digital or like some sort of like, Bluetooth or something?
Yeah.
Something. And he was like, no. So I went running.
Yeah.
Like I knocked on my son's door and I was like, Mane, can you go turn off the TV?
Oh.
Poor Mane.
But Mane didn't know, what was going on. So I feel like I was more scared. He was not, he didn't know what's going on. So I sent him, he was like, why is it so loud, Mom? And I was like, just turn it off, son. And I was like, and come to bed with me. And he was like, okay. So yeah, like he went, turned off the TV, and then se vino al cuarto a dormir conmigo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was wild.
Damn.
But yeah, like I was saying, they say not to whenever you sleep, not to have mirrors because that's where the energy.
They absorb your
They absorb energy.
and it's portals.
And
Facing
portals.
you.
Huh?
Facing you.
There you go. It's facing you. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they say you're not supposed to like buy old mirrors too, like at an estate sale and shit like
Yeah.
that.
No,
You're not
actually, I don't
supposed to
buy. Actually, I avoid
Oh my God.
Actually that mirror that was in front of the TV.
I'm done.
Well, yeah. That's what happened. That's what.
Ask my mom.
You bought a mirror for a estate sale.
I bought it from a state sale and we have it.
Es por tu culpa.
It's the one that's right there.
Oh really?
Uh-huh.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
shit, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Which mirror is it?
No,
The one in the living room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Well, you know, like sometimes you can feel like if there's something wrong with the like items.
Yeah.
And I never felt any type of energy with that mirror.
Like the Dybbuk box. You remember the Dybbuk
Yeah.
box? Yeah.
The what?
The Dybbuk box.
I don't know what that is.
You've seen the movie,
Yeah, you
right?
have seen the movie.
No.
What movie?
¿Cómo se llama esa pinche movie? Pero it's
the
like a Jewish folk.
Oh, the Jewish. Yeah. Where you're not like even supposed to touch that shit.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It says the
I know what
Dybbuk
you're talking
box is an antique wine cabinet claimed to be haunted by a Dybbuk.
Because it was like a movie that came out like 10 years ago that had
Fuck
it
that.
was based around that.
Yeah.
And there was
I accidentally.
and there was this Jewish rapper I used to listen to. His name was Matisyahu. And he made that movie. And when he made that movie, he stopped being I don't even know what it's called. I don't want to say he stopped being Jewish. But he stopped being like super religious about that because he made that movie.
It's called the Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
That's the movie.
Yeah. Like you're not supposed to touch it. Like
No, you're not
Like,
supposed
you
to
just-
touch it, open it.
yeah, like if you just
Yeah.
run into it and shit, you're like fucked.
Actually, there's different from that same Dybbuk box. They a few people opened it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude from fucking Ghost Adventures. He has a museum in Vegas
Oh.
that has all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, and he said he told Post Malone. He actually went. Post Malone went over there. He's like, "You want to open that Dybbuk box?" Y que le hace el Post Malone que why not? But I don't know what happened though. But he said que el Post Malone said que a lot of crazy shit started happening when they opened that Dybbuk box.
Like
So
what's that guy from that singer from the Osbournes? What's his name?
Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy. So he went to that museum and then I might be wrong, but he saw a doll there at that museum, and you're like supposed to say goodbye and shit to it.
No, el Robert doll.
Oh man, like I don't even want to talk about him. I'm sorry, Robert. I don't want. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because
I apologize.
because they said that if you take a picture without his
Yeah,
permission,
yeah.
you're gonna get
So-
until you write him a letter saying that you're sorry.
So Ozzy Osbourne, he did that shit and didn't believe into it, and then like a few months later, he got into like an accident, and fucked
Yeah.
up his back and shit like that, and his life started going through shit. Mm-hmm. And he went back to the museum and apologized to the
No.
doll.
He didn't apologize, bro. It was his son that apologized
His
on
son,
behalf of
shit.
him.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, his
So,
son
you know,
apologized.
I'll say it right now. Sorry, Robert. To even bringing you up. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. You know,
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the most haunted doll.
But yeah,
really?
if you ever want to go to that museum in Vegas, I'm down.
Really down?
I'm down for real. You know,
I ain't driving though, that's for sure.
we'll go
I'll wait for you
to
outside.
the museum. We'll go to EDC.
And I'll wait for you
But
outside.
yeah,
How long is it? How far of a drive is
Vegas,
Yeah.
like 18 hours, I think.
18 hours, fuck.
18
Actually, you know what? Where I want to go, I've been telling Nana to go, but in the más que es a far drive, the UFO Museum in New Mexico.
Man, I've been wanting to go to New Mexico for so long.
The Roswell.
too.
That'd be fun.
Y pues they got the, I think they got the, I know they don't got the Mothman there, but yeah, they got the UFO Museum there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I mean, I'll actually, if
trip.
y'all want to go, we could go. I've been wanting
Like
to
I
go.
said, I'm sorry, Robert.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry for bringing you up. I apologize. 100%. I'm sorry. You know, you live your life. Hell no, I don't fuck with that shit.
Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel
no.
you.
Hell no.
Yeah, we've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. Y'all want to say something else?
No, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
Like I said,
You, Jasmine?
He's gonna apologize.
I really
one more
don't
time.
have any stories.
You don't have any stories?
No.
No.
yeah, like Lara said, I'll apologize one more time, Robert. I'm sorry for bringing you up.
Nunca te han espantado, nada.
No.
And like I said, I asked my sister to, collaborate my
Yeah,
stories.
definitely. I got 2 more mics over there, bro. Yeah, definitely. Hey,
bring her in.
whoever,
Yeah.
bring her in,
Worry
bro. Bring her in. I love talking, bro. I love talking.
I'm sorry.
Trust me.
Hell no. Fuck that shit.
I got a lot
He's
more.
like, fuck, why did I bring it up?
I got a lot more
Because
stories, bro. Trust
He
me.
got one of those things where you even look up his picture online. You gotta be like, I'm sorry, I looked you up.
Oh my God.
We remember we actually
Yeah.
we
I looked at
actually
him at
had to
work.
do
And I'm
it.
like, you gotta say goodbye. I'm sorry, I looked you up.
Goodbye and sorry too.
Yeah, you gotta do that shit. Fuck that.
And we clear the history.
Yeah. About to have nightmares.
Nah, look, I'll look it up, bro.
No, don't look it up.
Robert the dog. Yeah. I
Hell
see him.
no.
Yeah,
Hell
look.
no. I'm sorry he looked you up, Robert. I'm sorry he looked you up.
Yeah, he's pretty big. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hell no. No, he's like 3 feet tall, bro.
Jasmine, you want to look?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Hell no.
Yeah, pero sí. Así es.
No. Hell no.
No, yeah. Y'all want to hear another one? Last story.
Last story.
Okay. One time we were talking about witches, right? This was in the
Brujas in Mexico?
no. This
shit's
was in the old
scary
house.
as
This was in the old house, bro. We were talking about witches. And pues, like I said, I went from a believer to a skeptic. So, but yeah, there's something I still can't explain. But check this out. This is my reason why I went from a believer to a skeptic. Huh? Back then, I wasn't like I am right now. Ahorita, bro, si escucho algo o miro algo, I go left and right, up and down, north and south, southeast, southwest,
You gotta
wherever,
see
bro.
what it is, right?
Seaway, exactly.
Yeah.
And 10 times out of 10, 100% of the time, bro, I found the explanation, bro. I found what it is, bro. And that's why I became...
He said, I ain't no bitch.
No, fuck no. Hold on. Y luego, back then, pues I was a little kid. I wasn't going to do all that shit.
Yeah.
So that's
But now
my...
you got a family.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
So that's my explanation why I went from a skeptic to a believer. Okay, but still, okay. If I was a kid back then, bro, and I wish I had the bravery I have right now. If I would have saw that damn duende, I would have opened the door and I would have been like, "What the fuck you want?"
Yeah, right.
Nah, but for real, bro, for real. Okay. So one more story. We were in Arlington, right, on the old house. We were having a bonfire. And we were talking about brujas. So I was like, fuck it. Brujas, yeah, whatever. Right? So all of a sudden, we went, all of a sudden we heard a big bang. Literally everybody except Emma was asleep in the room. Everybody else was outside on the bonfire, bro. We heard like a big boom, like something crashed, bro. Literally everybody got up and everybody went to go see what it was. And nobody found nothing, bro. So okay, what the fuck, what was it? Yeah, it was something. So maybe it was something else, in another house or something. Okay, so we started, we went about our business. Y ya empezamos a contar scary stories. Acabamos como hasta las 3, 4 de la mañana, something like that. And everybody went to their house. A lot of fell asleep. And all of a sudden, bro, I shit you not, bro. All of a sudden, in the roof, something landed. Así, something landed así. And then all you heard is, así like big footsteps. Like no cat, no goddamn dog, an animal. The cats, animals are gonna go like así, like despacito. No, bro, these were heavy, like that, bro. So I was like, what the fuck is that? I grabbed the broom. I went to exactly where I heard that the footsteps. Yeah, and I went like. I just started knocking on top of the door. I mean, the door, the ceiling. I started knocking on top of the ceiling, bro. But I didn't get any response. But the next day, my son said, "Hey mom, dad, I heard somebody screaming, like screaming on the road, like they were screaming." Yeah, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what time was that?" He said it was like around 3, and that's when I heard it, like around 3. And I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, we put 2 and 2 together. I was like, what the fuck? And then my brother, I called my brother. I was like, he was like, bro. He like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, yeah. He like, no, you didn't, bro. I was like, yeah, I heard something on the roof, bro. He like, bro, you know what they say, right, bro? I was like, no, what the fuck did they say? He was like, they said that whenever you talk about brujas, that they'll land on the roof and shit.
Hell no.
Yeah, and I would call my brother somewhat of a like an expert, I guess, because all he listens to is folklore and scary stories from Mexico. Yeah.
Now, what do they call owls in Spanish?
Lechuzas?
Lechuzas? Hell yeah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but those are called. I think I know what you're talking about. It's nahuales. It's like they could turn into like animals and shit.
Yeah.
All they have to do is just remove their skin. Remove their skin and they'll turn into animal shit.
Yeah.
But actually, they say that if you find like their skin, and you burn it.
Nope.
Yeah, hold on. If you find the skin in there and you burn it, they stay. Well, whatever animal they transformed into. Yeah. Yep.
Shit.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of more stories, but I know y'all gotta leave already. What time is it?
It's like 5.
It is 5:18 in the morning.
No, man.
Like I said, sorry, Robert, bringing you up. This ain't no joke. Why you laughing? I'm sorry for bringing you up, Robert.
Hey, I'm sleeping by myself tonight.
Duérmete con Laura.
Hell no.
Hold on. Did you bring Uber?
She's my ride.
Okay, I was gonna tell you. I mean, if you want a ride, I could give you a ride, bro.
Nah, she got me.
Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm not gonna tell y'all all my stories because I'm waiting for the next one.
Yeah.
So, the next because we've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes because the last one cut off like in 10, 12 minutes.
Nah,
So.
I'll let my sister know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring her in here, bro. Like I said, I got 2 other mics. So, yeah, definitely.
Oh, sure.
Y'all want to say any last words?
Sorry, Robert.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry for bringing you up.
Any questions?
No question.
Comments?
No comments either.
Don't fuck with witches.
No.
No?
No.
That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. My last words is I don't know. Bring it on, witches. Bring it on, Robert. I don't give a fuck.
Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him, Robert.
I'm a skeptic, but all right then. All right. Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you for listening.
Have a good night. Make sure y'all tuck y'all's feet under the blanket.
All right, later.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.